a star. And a shot and a goal. We were funny. And he scores off on a beauty. Logan Cooley's got the hat trick. Logan Cooley continues to impress.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is why you play. This game is one day with the Stanley Cup, and that's why I want to be here for a while. And we got a great group here, and it's excited to see what we can do.
And this puck actually goes off of Logan Cooley. Maybe the second or third chance from Logan Cooley.
Just the way he plays, his speed and skill, he can really do it all.
Utah, I'm here to stay. Let's keep it going.
To kick off this morning, we'll hear from General Manager Bill Armstrong, forward Logan Cooley, and owner Governor Ryan Smith. Then after that, we'll take Q&A. We'll start off with Bill.
All right. Good morning, everybody. We're gathered here today. It's great. It's amazing that we were able to keep this a secret as long as we did. This contract's been done for a little bit of time, and you're probably saying how much time exactly. Well, when Logan was scoring about every 30 seconds, you could see the weight come off his back. This 8-year contract signed today by Logan will help this franchise take a huge step to becoming a championship organization in the future. Logan has made a huge commitment today by signing with the Mammoth to this organization, to his teammates, to the Mammoth fans, and also to the state of Utah. The reason I'm so an 8-year deal is the same reason on draft day we were so excited about getting this young man. He's an elite centerman with speed, and they're extremely rare and extremely hard to find. What makes him unique is his drive and character, his ability to improve with a huge hunger to win. And he's an impressive young man, and I'd like to give some recognition to his mom, Kathy, and his dad, Eric, who have done an incredible job at raising him. And he's got some great stuff about him where he'll go to skills during the summer every day. He's relentlessly working on his game, and his grandmother also attends every skill session too. So he's a remarkable young man. These were not easy negotiations. These were extremely, extremely tough negotiations. But I always felt during this deal that there was a deal. There was a great deal for the organization, but there was also a great deal for the player inside the negotiations. And in my heart, I always felt like they would get done. And I just want to recognize a few people. One are Ryan and Ashley Smith, not only for their commitment on a day like this to sign a huge deal, but it's also a commitment to make this an elite organization. I'd also like to thank Logan personally for the way that he conducted himself during these negotiations. It was impressive for being 21 years old. And also his agency, the Bartletts. They're extremely tough negotiators, but fair and honest, and they worked with us the entire way to get this across the finish line. Also the hockey ops, I'd like to thank them for their time and effort. Number one, David Ludwig, Chris Armstrong. It was truly a team effort from ownership to hockey ops to the player and the agency, and I'd like to thank everyone that was a part of it.
Well, just before I get started, I'd like everyone to know how grateful I am to be in this position and this opportunity. I would like to thank Ryan and Ashley Smith for believing in me and giving me this opportunity. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that they made the right decision. And I'd like to thank Bill, Bear, Luds, Chris for everything you guys have done for me. And I love it here. It's the best time I've had playing hockey. The fans, the facilities we have are second to none, and I think just the team we have with Gunther, Keller, Sergey, the core we have here, it's a special group, and I'm excited to add to that. And I think the way we're playing and the team we have, we're going to be a dangerous team to stop.
Yeah, first of all, thanks everyone. This is a great day. I think, this was always our hope, but Logan is 21. This is probably the biggest decision that he's ever made in his life. And this is what leadership looks like. I mean, honestly, committing for a big chunk of his career to be here. I definitely think Dylan Gunther set the tone, and then Logan followed, and that's what I love about these guys is they're all in on each other, they're all in on the state, and they're all in on what we're doing. And us as Utahns, us as fans, we get a benefit from this for a really long time. And I think this is what we're trying to build, and this is exactly what we hoped for when we brought a team here. I think it's a message to his teammates that this is a leadership move. It's also a big message to the NHL that this is a destination, and we're going to be doing this for a while. And we've got what we believe is the best young core in hockey, and there's just a great vibe. And so to Logan, your family, we have this principle here that we're all in at SEG and with our teams. And, this is definitely an all-in move from your part. And we promise that we'll be all in on you and your family. And I know that Utah will be that way as well. So we're just excited. What a wonderful day.
Bill and Ryan, this is the last year that a player can sign for 8 years. It's a huge commitment, like you just touched on, Ryan. So what does that say about this organization, that you have multiple young players in this young core that's part of this plan who are staying for 8 years and want to be here and want to grow hockey and bring Stanley Cup to Utah?
It's a great message. We love the fact that we're able to get an 8-year deal accomplished. We feel there's a championship window in there. We didn't want to go by it. And it's, with Dylan Gunther doing it the year before, and as Ryan said, he kind of set the table, and everybody's all in to follow. And it's been a great thing dealing with all these contracts and young players, because they're also dealing with money and agencies. But the one thing that comes through in the negotiations is that they want to win, and they believe in each other, and that has a good part to do with why they're signing here.
Yeah, when I sat down with Logan last week, that was a lot of the discussion that we were having, is like, what do we see? What does 8 years look like? Why is that important for all of us? And it's pretty cool to have that conversation of like, let's look forward, let's dream out there, let's see what we're going to go build together, and him getting excited. And you saw what he did when he went on that road trip. So I don't want to say that conversation helped in the first game off, but you could tell there was a little bit of a weight on the shoulder. And I think it's a lesson for everyone that it's like, when your head's right and you're bought in and you're excited about the future, good stuff happens.
Logan, congratulations. And I just want to know first, who was the first person that you called when you signed the extension? And second, do you have any big purchases planned yet?
No big purchases yet, but I think just my family, everything they've done for me, just giving me every opportunity I could to succeed. And it's been, kind of a crazy journey, and doesn't even feel real still sometimes, but just super thankful for them, and it's obviously awesome to share that moment with them.
Let's give the full-size candy bars out for Halloween. I'll tell you.
Logan, congratulations.
Thank you.
8 years is a long time. What do you want to accomplish over the next almost decade?
Yeah, I think we've talked about it a ton, is winning a Stanley Cup. That's why you play this game, and that's why it's fun working every day at the rink, trying to get better, trying to work on your game individually as a team. And I think the best in the league, when it's all said and done, it's kind of judged by winning, and that's what we love to do, that's what we want to do, and that's what we're going to accomplish.
Well, you talked about it a little bit, but what can he do for you over the next 8 years?
Well, he's already doing it right now. The way he comes to the rink, how hard he tries every single day to get better. He goes home in the summer, he gets bigger, stronger, and faster. He's a huge example setter inside our organization. But if you watch him, he's always been, pushing the envelope of winning since a kid, from the U.S. program to Minnesota to the World Championships last year, and he's doing it here. And so he's going to continue to push that pace to make Utah a winner in a Stanley Cup. And that's not an easy process to go through, but I love the way that he attacks it every day.
Logan, you mentioned that the guys in the locker room have made this an easy decision for you to be here. Have there been any moments in your first 3 years of this team that stand out about kind of moments you realized that this was the group of guys that you wanted to be with for a long time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just how fun we have coming to the rink every day. It's obviously a long year. There's a lot of ups and downs, but I think the group we have, it's just such a joy to compete with, to be around, whether it's dinners, hanging out, and obviously we have a great captain, a great leader, and drives the bus for us. And then you guys got guys like Sergachev who, gets us going, and we just have an unbelievable group, and, I'm excited to be with this group for a while.
Well, you've also said that this is the most you've ever enjoyed playing hockey. It's the most fun you've ever had playing hockey. What's made it that way?
Yeah, I think it goes back to just the group we have, the fans, the ownership, what they've given us, and we have every resource you need possible, and that's what you want as a player. It allows you to be the best player you possibly can be, and it's definitely nice to have that, and it's helped my game a lot.
How do you see your individual game growing over these next 8 years? What do you hope to accomplish individually?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to kind of say what you're going to accomplish over 8 years. For me, it's just about taking it day by day and year by year. I'm not a guy that likes to look too ahead. I like to stay in the moment, and for right now, my focus is on this year and getting to the playoffs, and not only getting to the playoffs, but we want to win in the playoffs too.
Logan, when you first started with this organization, just the idea that you'd be here in this position to sign 8 years would be hope to be the leader in 8 years, be in the pipeline of a leadership of this young core. Did leader ever become a word in that conversation about what this future looks like?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a young kid coming to the league, it's maybe not something you think about too much, but as you get a little older and start to be around a little more, you start to understand how important that is, and how important leadership is, and how it helps the team too. I think when we go through different tough times, and you have guys to lean on like Sergachev and Keller, like younger guys coming up, I kind of want to be that guy for them to help them through any situation they need, or little things like that.
Ryan, what's it like for you to have all this young talent lining up to sign max extensions here in Utah?
Yeah, it's new. I mean, if you think about basketball, this is kind of what our fans still think sometimes basketball is, with the Stockton and Malone days where you're having 8-year deals. That's just not hoops right now. I mean, you sign someone for 4 years and you're kind of recruiting after year 2 or 3. It's almost like a transfer portal a little bit. And so for us to be able to say, okay, Logan, like, you're buying a house, like, lock in, like when are we going, where are we going, like, let's get set. It's like, it's super refreshing, I think, and that's what we're hoping for in every sport. You're hoping, from our standpoint, that you're building continuity throughout. I think we're doing a pretty good job on both sides, but and these contract lengths are actually really good, because we get a chance to build around, and you're watching some of the moves that Bill and the organization were able to make in the off season and kind of go back at it. Most championship runs don't just happen on the first click. They never do. Normally they're going to the well, they have to go back, they go. And so to be constantly pushing forward, you need time. And there's a lot of things that go into that. So for us, we're super grateful. We got a young core, we got a great team, and we got a bunch of guys sitting, down in the minors who are hopefully going to be a part of the future as well. And I think that's exciting, and we're seeing that with Simashev, where the work that was done a couple of years ago is coming in. And so with Tej and Denoye and a couple of these guys coming up, like, it should be a good run here.
Any more questions? All right, thank you, everybody. We'll open it up to votes.